This is Reality Dispatch by Jim Mins. The judge did not feel bad when he wrapped the leather whip across the boy's feet. Perhaps he felt some reserves of empathy deep within his being. The man could see the fear in the young child's eyes, the humiliation. But the judge could not be lenient. The judge believed leniency was weakness, and weakness would lose him respect, and respect was all he had in this jurisdiction. If one doesn't hold respect, that person is not fit to hold power. The judge believed he was not a powerful man, but that his actions were powerful, and that his actions were the source of his power. He did not know if the boy had stolen the cigarettes or not. The judge's philosophy was that crime cannot go unpunished. But even if the child did not steal them, making an example of him will show others just how serious the courts are. That is because even without crime, punishment can be a tool. In this case, a tool of communication. Punishing the boy was communicating to the village. Do not go against the law. An accusation made by someone who holds power and respect can go a long way to determine someone's guilt. Sooner or later, the whip speaks louder than a question. Through the use of a whip, the judge had heard some of the toughest men alive confessing crimes that the community would not suspect of them. They freely admitted that they were not innocent. No one is innocent. Yet it is easy to deny a question, far harder to deny a whip, and harder still to deny power. The judge's actions bring him power, and his power keeps this order alive. The judge whipped that boy longer than intended. He whipped him past the point of pain and past the point of tears. He did not take pleasure in it. Ultimately, the court did not get an answer from the boy. But after his feet were bloodied and he was no longer able to walk home, a communication was made between the court and its people, and now there can be no doubt as to how problems are solved. There were no words spoken in this communication, only action. The whip of the judge had spoken. Years later, when the hand of the judge had weakened and villagers feared his wrath less and less, the judge was presented with a particularly sinister case with which he was to adjudicate. A woman was brought to the judge on the back of a motorcycle. She was bound at the ankles and wrists. The villagers notified the judge of God's wishes for justice, and the judge remembered, albeit briefly, that God had a role to play somewhere in this form of adjudication. For more fact-based fiction, head to jimmins.substack.com.